Yo, so what's quack-a-lackin', guys? So, I really had a lot of fun playing the beta, and one thing that I wanted to kind of go over is my thoughts on the specialists. Kind of where do they rank, you know? A lot of them were extremely lethal. Your Sparrows, your Tempest, your Scythes were extremely dangerous. Some are stronger than others, so I kind of wanted to rank them in terms of dangerousness and which ones are better in most cases, and talk a little bit about what the actual ability ones were versus the weapon ones and where they function. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's find out which ones put the special in specialists. I the best. Shut up, Reject. You're not even close. So on your journey to find inner peace, you first have to understand that there are two different types of abilities in this game. You have the weaponized specialists and the abilities that pretty much grant you an additional favor in objective game types. Now, let's break these down. So, for the specialist weapons, we have the Gravity Spike, Sparrow, Tempest, War Machine, Annihilator, Hive, Scythe, and Ripper. Most of those are capable of giving multiple kills throughout the duration of the streak. Gravity Spikes is one of the ones that generally only gets one, maybe two if you're lucky, from each use. It does have value in something like Domination where you can dunk an objective. That's great and all, but for the most part, it just looks cool. It's very, very strong. It's got a good radius, and you just send ripples like a fat kid cannonballing into a pool, which is cool. Now, with Sparrow, Tempest, the Annihilator, and Scythe, you generally have a longer term where you can pretty much comfortably pick up 4 to 6 kills on average with each of those, and many of those can chain reaction into other kills, like the lovely Tempest, which passes on more unwanted love than any STD could ever possibly do. Sparrow is capable of blowing up a couple people at the same time, and then we dabble into some of the more unique ones that do have quite value. Hive is incredible. It's such a great perk to use defensively, but you can even use it aggressively by littering the walls, ceilings, and floors with these little drones, and they're very, very dangerous if you can catch somebody in a spawn trap or something like that. Very, very capable of picking up kills, and they stay there for a long-ass time. I believe until you die. So Hive is a very unique perk in that way. Also, we have Ripper. Ripper is really, really fancy too because it allows you to have the comfort of using your primary weapon, but also having that increased melee range if you so far need it. Now, in my opinion, War Machine's not half bad, but it's not the most functional. It's definitely one of the more lacking ones, like Spike is, in my honest opinion. Annihilator is very strong as well. It kind of fits in the same category as Sparrow and Tempest without, you know, the chain effect. And then you have Scythe, which definitely tramples over the rest of them. Super strong, lasts super long, and all of the best qualities in a man. But it's really, really crazy. I found myself going on 10 or 12 streaks with that, and none of the other ones can build up body counts like that, so it does need a little bit of a nerf in my honest opinion. Now moving over to the other ones, these are the ones that saw a little less love because they weren't direct results. You didn't see the kills instantly, so a lot of their value was kind of diminished in your traditional TDM and kind of aggressive playstyle that you see from Call of Duty. Now, these have really, really cool value, but only in certain situations. Looking at the specialist abilities, you've got Overdrive, Vision Pulse, Glitch, Kinetic Armor, Combat Focus, Rejack, Psychosis, and Active Camo. Now, these each have kind of like a certain game type or two that they apply to. Overdrive, absolutely incredible for something like Capture the Flag. You grab that flag, and you just fucking Speedy Gonzales your ass all the way back across and do it. I mean, that's obviously built for something like that. Vision Pulse is great. It's one of the few that can be used even in TDM effectively. I believe you actually give your position away while doing it, so it kind of is like, but you also see them through walls, and you kind of have the chance to get the drop on them quick. Now, Glitch is probably my least favorite. A lot of people like this, but it's very hard to find true value out of it because not only when you activate the Glitch, you kind of have to resituate yourself with where you return to, and that again is hard for the user, and it's also confusing for the victims in the play. Now for Kinetic Armor, it's not bad, but it's definitely not great. It could use some tweak and maybe even a little bit of a buff in certain situations, but for the most part, that's okay. Combat Focus can have true value. Playing in something like Kill Confirmed or anything where you can initiate a spawn trap, you can get those points to scale in a very functional way. It's probably one of the more underrated ones from the beta. Rejack. I honestly like it. A lot of people are like, oh, it doesn't have any function. I know, if you're standing right up on a guy, you don't want to res. You're going to get a second death for it. But if you happen to get picked long range, playing Search and Destroy, where that extra, you know, regeneration or that extra life may come in handy, I say it's not a half bad perk, to be honest. That's just my feeling. Psychosis, probably the most impressive of the abilities. It's very, very good at disorienting the enemy, drawing not only their attention, but their fire too, leaving them with very few bullets in the mag to finish you off with. It's a great confusing tactical one, good in all game types, and it's probably my favorite. Active camo truly has value in only a few game types. More importantly, something like Search and Destroy, where you maybe want to get a ninja to fuse in. It does not last very long, so it's not really too functional in something like Domination or Team Deathmatch. That is the verdict. Psychosis is one of the better ones. Combat Focus is really solid. And Vision Pulse have the best value in the abilities, in my opinion. As for the weapons, Scythe is king, Hive is great, Annihilator, Sparrow, Tempest, and even in some cases Ripper are really good. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed this. Maybe you guys will try some of these out, like the Combat Focus in the future. But have a great day. Subscribe for future Black Ops 3 gameplay here at my channel, and leave a like if you want to. If you don't, I'll find where you live, I'll Vision Pulse, and I'll just fucking come in there and ruin your life. So you don't want that.